Hi besties, my name is Black Siren and how are we doing today? Are we sad, happy? Let me know in the comments. Welcome to our annual tradition, the biggest fashion event of the year, Met Gala. And I'm sorry we didn't get to do the Oscar red carpet review this year because I wasn't feeling it mentally, that's why I skipped it. But I might circle back, I just don't know when. Would I? Yes? No? Maybe? I don't know. Here's the thing, my priority is just not the Oscar red carpet right now, so we'll see. Y'all, let me tell you, I have completely forgotten about this because I was researching a case for my next video and suddenly I saw there's a headline on the website, Met Gala 2026. I was like, fuck. But Met Gala, definitely something worth to talk about, right? Especially with this year's theme, I'm very interested. So I'm gonna spend the next couple of minutes discussing the theme of the year. And if you're not interested, that's fine. I'm gonna put a timestamp so you can fast forward to the reaction part directly. Well, if that doesn't deserve a like, comment, subscribe, I don't know what does. The official theme of the year is costume art. The contemporary dress code is fashion is art. This theme centers on the dressed body as a living canvas, exploring how clothing acts as a primary medium of artistic expression across history, cultures, and contexts. The exhibition frames fashion not as secondary to fine art, but as an art form itself, examining how garments shape, transform, and communicate identity through the body. Now, what can we expect to see this year? So my understanding to this year's theme is we're gonna see a lot of broad, diverse interpretations rather than narrow aesthetic. Sculptural, body-focused designs such as exaggerated silhouettes, structured tailoring, or pieces that alter the body shape to create a living sculpture. Then there's the fine art references, direct homages to paintings, sculptures, or historical art movements, how it's being translated into fabric and form. And for example, those gowns inspired by the Renaissance era, or interpretations of garments from the Metropolitan Museum's collections, or designs that use the body to explore identity, cultures, or the relationship between art and fashion. Well, that's just my understanding. I don't think there's a right or wrong answer when it comes to interpreting art, because here's the thing, we can look at the same art piece, but have drastically different thoughts and emotions. I can look at one painting and I will laugh about it, while others might start crying. But I do have a standard when it comes to bad looks. Now, what would be considered off topic or not even trying? For example, someone only shows up with the black dress. Seriously, what are you even doing here? I'm just so sick and tired of seeing those lollygaggers and not trying hard enough celebrities show up at the Met Gala every single year looking like a buffoon. Haven't we all? But here's the thing though. Just because I don't like the outfit that your favorite celebrity is wearing, that does not mean I personally hate them. Okay? You and I can have different opinions. And if you have your own thoughts about the fashion in this year's Met Gala, you're more than welcome to leave them in the comment section, as long as you're being respectful. Okay? So, without further ado, guys, let's talk about it.
I'm so fucking angry with that bitch, Gina.
Nicole Kidman and Chanel. I like this deep, saturated red sequined mermaid gown. Also the feather embellishment on the cuffs, kind of creating contrast from the body silhouette. And the minimal makeup and the hairdo are not overstepping the look. I usually have a lot to say about her hairstyles every single year at the Met Gala because I was never a fan. But I think I really like how everything is very smooth this time. Nothing makes you feel like, why are you here? What is that? This red reminds me of the classic, iconic I Love New York t-shirt that almost every tourist will get one when they visit New York. And I'm not sure if that was an intentional choice of her trying to pay homage to New York City. But I think as one of the co-chairs of the year, I think she's doing a great job. Sabrina Carpenter and Dior. She's giving us the Art Deco era glamour. The whole flapper look is very playful. And her dress is made out of strips of celluloid film. Then there's the tight, sculpted 1920 curls with this crystal headpiece that take us back to the jazz age. I was thinking about the same movie though. Rihanna and Mason Margiela, and A$AP Rocky and Chanel. Is she? I don't think so. Okay, cool. Well, you guys know what I was thinking. Okay, I'm seeing a lot of Christian symbolism from these two, and let's break it down. First things first, she looks like a living sculpture. Her look reminds me of those medieval Flemish church architecture. And the halo-esque piece just reminds me of those intricate stoneworks and textured structural forms of historical cathedrals. I like how everything is metallic instead of looking exactly just like the building, because that would be dull. Mr. A$AP Rocky. I think he has a very biblical look. Look at those prominent cross pendants and charms. The little apple bag he's holding is probably a representation of the forbidden fruit. I think it's a very interesting combination, as the cross symbolizes piety, while the apple is indicating temptation. Have you guys ever been to churches? I was in a very religious private school before. We had to study Bible. We had to pray every single day, multiple times a day. And the father was splashing with holy water. But that was not sexual innuendo, by the way. And gave me communion wafers. And everyone was just so nice there. I have had the best teachers. But for some reason, I just had this discomfort inside of me because I'm not religious. So I transferred to New York to start my Gossip Girl era. Later, I was in a Korean neighborhood, and many Koreans believe in God, so there was a lot of churches. And one day, I went to a church because I wanted to donate my clothes. The second I stepped into that church, I got this heat wave traveling down my body. It felt like the demon inside of me was trying to crawl out of my body. I got dizziness just rushing through my blood, and I immediately put the bag down and dipped. But anyway, I digress. Next one, Venus Williams and Swarovski. I think this look is visually understated comparing to other cultures. It's just too subtle for me. It lacks immediate visual drama. And I'm not sure, I'm just guessing if she's trying to pay homage to Audrey Hepburn, because this dress reminds me of that classic black gown that Audrey Hepburn wore at the breakfast at Tiffany. Even her hairdo reminds me of that. I would say it's decent, but it's definitely not my favorite. So if you don't know who she is, she's a supermodel. She's very new to this model industry, but she's already walking for Chanel. So her story is she got scouted on the subway by the director of Chanel on her way to look for jobs. Is it true? Well, I would say take it with a grain of salt, because I realized that's the story for everyone who got scouted. It's always like, yeah, I was scouted when I was at the mall. I was scouted when I was waiting for my friend. It's always stories like this. But are they ever true though? I just think it's too easy. The point is the thing that she's wearing. Well, that's her first time at the Met Gala, and I'm pretty sure being at the Met Gala is so many people's dream, especially a lot of celebrities or people who work in the fashion industry. They would kill to be on the Met Gala. And this is her first time being at the Met Gala, and I'm pretty sure she's going to have so many times in the future be at the Met Gala, because she's a supermodel. Brands will always sponsor supermodel to be at the show, like to kind of just showcasing their coutures. But imagine if this look is giving to someone who's only going to be at the Met Gala for once, like once in their lifetime. That's it. They're only going to be at the Met Gala for once, then they're never going to be at the Met Gala. Bitch, I would be pissed if that was me. You might as well just give me a tray so I can serve water in the fucking bag. Madonna and Saint Laurent. I love this gothic, almost somber, melancholy look. Her veil drapes around her like rolling waves that would devour anyone who comes near. Isn't it fascinating how color shapes the meaning of everything? If her veil is gilded or in the color of azure instead of this depressive shade of gray, everything will look completely different. The headpiece reminds me of an old movie I just watched. It's called Ghost Ship. I know, I've waited 20 years to watch this movie. And surprisingly, did you guys know that Alicia from The Good Wife was in there? And Butcher from The Boys was in there as well. Shocking. right? But I digress. Does anyone know what the horn symbolizes here? I'm using Vogue's website as my reference, so they're not giving me that much information. They're only giving me one picture, one look, and that's it. If I could find any more information about those looks, any art references, I'll definitely put it up for you guys. Can I just say, Madonna doesn't need to try this hard. Her name, fame, presence, her persona, her entire music career are art in themselves, but she's serving us a nautical theme here. Next, we have Gwendoline Christie. That is mesmerizing. This is definitely a conceptually layered and avant-garde look. She's wearing this cinched waist mermaid gown. Not really impressed by the gown itself. I think it's the whole look. It's the whole look, the combination that blows me away. And the multicolored feathered headpiece and the mask she's holding with this pale as fuck makeup look and the way she's holding the mask, it's so performative. I'm loving it. But sometimes masks like this does give me that heebie-jeebies because it will cast that uncanny valley effect on you. And this mask reminds me of a horror movie called The Poughkeepsie Tape. Have you guys ever watched it? It's a mockumentary. It's about a serial killer. He impersonates himself as a taxi driver. Then he will kidnap all the female passengers. Then he will lock them in the basement and torture them. And at the end, I think he either died or got arrested. I don't recall, but one of the victims actually got Stockholm Syndrome. Yeah, it was creepy as fuck when I watched this so many years ago. But I do recommend you to check that out if you like horror movies. Lisa and Robert Wong. Can I just say, I really appreciate when artists are always trying to push their limits. This look is sparkly. It's definitely culturally tied. It's probably very personal to her. She's celebrating her heritage. You know, you can just tell by the prosthetic arms. It reminds me of the traditional Thai dance movement or some deities in Buddhism. Like the guy, what's this guy's name? Shiva? What is the other guy's name? And goddess Uma. Can we talk about even the prosthetic arms are wearing Bulgari jewelries? As snakes are very spiritual in Thailand. A lot of people believe in Naga in Thailand. And you're probably wondering, how do I know this? You're probably not, but I'm going to tell you anyway. So remember, I was obsessing with Thai BL dramas. So one of the CPs, one of the couples I like, they actually had a reality TV show. And one of the guys, he believed in Naga. So he took his partner to all the Naga temples. And that's how I learned about this whole thing. Well, this whole look is celestial. It's already great, but you know what would make this look even better? Having dry eyes or wispy fog billow around her when she walks. Next, we have Kendall Jenner in Gap Studio by Zach Possum. Kendall's wearing this off-white jersey gown. It looks very sheer. It's wrapped, twisted, and draped around her body. I'm assuming it's a reference of statues. The inner piece is supposed to mimic the natural body, I think. Well, obviously, she's not going to show up with one of her tits out. I think it's quiet, not too loud, just like a statue. Next, we have Jenny and Chanel. Jenny is giving us this oceanic moment. She's wearing this strapless, sequined mermaid cut gown. The gown is layered in a gradient of silvery blue with this iridescent reflection. It kind of creates that sunlight on rippling water effect. But I do have some personal takes on the makeup look. I love this light, almost bleached looking eyebrows. They have such soft, muted tone. It kind of gives you that ethereal vibe of like a mermaid being washed up onto the shore kind of feel. But I'm not a fan of the pastel pink eyeshadow and the freckles. I just think the color is very jarring. And I know the freckles are supposed to be like, oh, sun-kissed, right? But I think this aesthetic works well on humans, not a mermaid. It's probably like a modern take of a mermaid troupe, right? Overall, I'm not hating on this look. When I look at this dress, I'll be like, wow, beautiful. But then I'll like look up, it's a little, you know, that's just not for me. Next, we have Isha Ambani. I hope I didn't butcher the name. I like the sari that she's wearing. You can also see the gold thread weaving. and the motifs on the sari are probably linked to her culture, Hinduism. The crinkled craft paper thingy behind her reminds me of a Chinese fruit. The fruit naturally has yellow wrinkled outer skin. You guys know what I'm talking about? I'll put it on the screen when I'm editing it. And can we talk about the jewelry for a second? Even her bra is made out of diamonds and emeralds. And I'm pretty sure it's not rental. You know why? Because she is the daughter of the richest man in India. It's probably either her collections or her mom's collections. She's like, rental? What is that? I don't know. Honey, I don't do rentals. I wonder what it feels like. Waking up every single day knowing you're the daughter of the richest man in the country. Wow. Also, did you guys see the mango that she's holding? I'm pretty sure it's symbolic. It probably means something in the Indian culture. I just don't know what. But overall, I like it. Anne Hathaway in Michael Kors collection. She's wearing a classic strapless ball gown with this black and white print, and clearly she's trying to send us a message. We all know what is the meaning of the duffer piece, universally, right? It's a symbol of peace, hope, and unity. Her look is not maximal or abstract. I think maybe she deliberately chose not to be, because maybe as one of the co-chairs of the year, she wanted her choice to carry additional weight. I think she is using her platform to make a statement socially and politically with everything that is going on with this fucked up world. I guess maybe that's what we needed. What do you think? Let me know in the comments. Cai Xukun and Tom Brown. Huh. Interesting. Split suit and heterochromia. The left half is in black with white embroidery. I think it represents the tailoring process, because when tailors and designers, they create garments, they will use chalk to kind of sketch out the layout process. Okay, this part needs to be cut, this part needs to be sewn together. It's giving me that. And the right half is in red. I wonder what the red symbolizes. Is it supposed to be blood? It's like blood cascading down the jacket. Is he supposed to be a vampire? Is he giving us the Dracula moment? Do we have any Quinquins fans here? Can you let me know in the comment section what is the backstory of this? The glove is also matching with the outfit. I think overall, it's a good look. It's a nice combination of tailoring and abstraction. Next, we have Jisoo in Dior. Okay, I think it's a safe debut choice. How can I explain this? Okay, let's just say, forget about what we just saw, right? So this is probably what I imagined when I heard Jisoo will be attending the Met Gala wearing Dior. Because here's the thing, this is the brand that she established. She is someone who prioritizes elegance over risks. She doesn't strike me as a risk taker. And look at this gown is such in her signature aesthetic. Soft pastels, flower motifs, and very romantic. And this is how she got her nickname from. South Korean flower fairy. But don't get me wrong though, this craftsmanship is undeniable. You can tell from all the hand-sewn crystals and fabric flowers. It is art. This gown looks like a watercolor piece, but I do want to see less of you know. Next we have Kylie Jenner and Schiaparelli, another sculptural breastplate corset gown. And the new corset is supposed to serve as a second skin, just like Kendall. She's turning herself like a statue, right? And what's interesting to me is the bottom half. I like how the fabric is flipped inside out. It's giving the impression that she was taking the garment down and stopped right there. Next, we have Rosé and Saint Laurent. Well, I think it's good to keep your own style, but if you never step out of it, you won't move forward. It just feels so last minute. It feels like she just grabs a random black dress and slaps a bird on it. You know, it does not showcase the skill or creativity from Rosé and her team. Styling is just generic, mediocre. The hair and the makeup look, the whole look is just so forgettable. And other three members of Blackpink, whether you like their outfits of the night or not, or whether you like them personally or not, let's just put this aside. From the hair, the makeup, to the whole look, I really feel like they tried. They really did. Less is more is definitely not the purpose of Met Gala's theme. Not this year, not last year, not the year before, definitely not next year. So, yeah. 채영아, 정신 차려. 내가 진짜 짜증나 죽겠어. Next, we have Hailey Bieber and Saint Laurent. I think this look is visually striking. The upper half is an armor-like 24 gold breastplate, and it reminds me of those ancient Greek goddess or female warriors. Then they switched the lower half and cape to chiffon in this iconic Klein blue. So Yves Saint Laurent, he was deeply influenced by Yves Klein's works. That's why this fashion house has designed numerous pieces by using this iconic color. And yes, 채영아, next time ask them to give you another color. 알았어? I like this tweak because if she was covered in gold from head to toe, she would look bulky. She would look ridiculous, but this blue flowing chiffon made the whole look, what's the word I'm looking for? Ethereal. Next we have Anoki and Balenciaga. Okay, we have a weeping Virgin Mary here. So in traditional art, Madonna is often being depicted as modesty, sorrow. There's always tears running down her face in paintings if you look them up. That's because her son was crucified. Of course, she's sad, right? But Anoki's interpretation here, I think she completely subverted the traditional depiction of Madonna. Everything is in black because what does black mean? Black is a symbol of mourning, power, resilience. Well, white symbolizes purity, innocence, naivete. And the sculpted hood is a protective shell, not a sign of vulnerability. And look at her gaze. Does she look sad to you? Is there any sadness in her eyes? I don't see it. All I'm seeing is cold determination. It's almost like after everything that she went through, all the traumas, all the sufferings, all the bullshit that the society and the world has thrown at her, she's done. She's like, fuck this. I'm done. And now she's seeking for retribution. I think this is a redefinition of a sad Virgin Mary. She's no longer defined by her sorrow, by her pain, but by her survival and strength. Next, we have Kim Kardashian. Why am I not surprised to see her looking like this? I feel like I've seen her with this exact look for so many times. And this look reminds me of the perfume bottles. She came out a couple years ago. I have two questions though. Can she sit? Does it scratch her inner thighs because it looks painful? I think at this point, it's aesthetically fatigued to see another sculpted breastplate. And I think the frizzy blonde hair probably has some profound meaning to it. But whatever it is, I don't think it's working. Next, we have Beyonce and Olivier Rousteing. Well, everyone better thank her in the comment section. Sell your house, empty your bank account, steal money from your grandmother. Otherwise, Kanye will sneak up on you at midnight and whisper to your ears, "It should have been Beyonce." But jokes aside, I like this icy skeleton look. It's definitely one of the iconic looks of the year. It treats the human body as a living sculpture, using couture to reveal and celebrate its structure. Maybe the skeleton represents mortality, rebirth. Is she trying to say, even as a corpse, I'm still the queen? And this picture just looks like two female guards trying to escort a prisoner. Next, we have Ning Ning in custom Gucci. Can I tell you guys something? I think it's like a fun fact. I only recently just found out about what she looks like. Obviously, I have heard Whiplash, but here's the thing. I was never interested enough to look up the whole group. I was like, oh, indifferent. And it wasn't until recently, probably like a couple months ago, the whole, of course, Ning Ning meme went viral on the internet. And that's how I found out about, okay, oh, this is what she looks like. And today, I finally get to have this chance to look her closely. So the gown is constructed from layered, pleated tulle wrapped around and extends from the body. Is the gown supposed to be like a reminiscent of black rose or black dahlia, some kind of flowers? To me, you know what's so funny? When I took the first glance of the gown, I thought about the magnetic tapes from cassettes. I know it's probably not what I'm thinking, but I think that would be cool. That would be a cool concept. That would be a cool theme, right? All the tapes kind of just piled up together to create this overlapping ruffled disc silhouette. I like her sleek high bun. It draws all the attention to the structure silhouette of the gown, and the makeup is understated enough not to overshadow the dress. Adds that edgy, demonic contrast to the soft tulle. And it is supposed to be like a reincarnation kind of theme. I think she looks great for someone who attends the Met Gala for the first time. She looks very confident. I really love that. Next, we have Emma Chamberlain. She is a living painting. She looks like those dried up acrylic or oil painting. If you're an art student, you probably know what I'm talking about. Then we have this long gradient fringe hanging from her hands. It's just cherry on top. They look like paintbrushes dripping color from her fingertips and to craft this work of art. So I think her body is just a canvas. It doesn't just reference art. This is art. How can you look at this piece and forget about it? No, I'm gonna remember this for at least a week. Well, if I'm not drinking. Absolutely captivating, intriguing, enchanting, alluring, fascinating, compelling, dazzling, and thrilling. But anyway guys, thank you so much for watching today's video. And what do we think about this year's Met Gala? I think it was fun. And I apologize if I didn't get the chance to cover your favorite celebrities because the Vogue website I'm using, they only give me like 70 looks. And half of them are like, who are you? I don't know you. And they look disgusting. So yeah, I apologize for that. But I do want to hear your thoughts. Who's your favorite look of the year? Let me know in the comment section. And thank you so much for watching today's video. And if you enjoyed this video, please like, comment, subscribe, and I will see you in the next one. Bye.